Welcome to the Kool, the Kareem Matthews podcast. I'm Kareem Matthews here with my boy, my Ramley, my ace, point guard extraordinaire, fake ass DJ, Mr. Rodney Lusain. what, what up, my dude? Was that the worthy clap?
Is that what that is?
Well, he do that shit too.
Is
He
that
got the
right?
word. Yeah, he got the worthy clap he always talking about.
Nah, that's just because my camera, my window is so tight. I'm trying to keep it in frame, but
Oh, right.
this is all about championship week, baby.
Uh, I love it. You got your gear on too. I had to represent today because you had your shit on last week, and I was slipping. I was like, yeah, I gotta be in the right mode this week. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's 5 days,
Yeah.
five 5 days to a championship Sunday. Yeah, and it's crazy because now NFL TV, all they replaying is either our game or Denver and Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? They just keep replaying them games all week or all day until they come with that insider shit. But it's crazy because last year they would replay us in Philly.
Right.
And I couldn't watch that shit. I was like, man, you know what I'm saying? But with this year, every time it come on, I make sure I watch as much of it as I can. You know what I'm saying? Because with the Philly shit, that ending was so heartbreaking. But with this shit, the ending is so succulent. It's like I can watch this. I can watch this over and over. And not the crazy thing, but it's like we didn't watch this game the way we normally do. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't hear none of the commentary. Like usually I'm listening to our radio broadcast and the TV shit. On Sunday, we couldn't hear neither one. You know what I'm saying? So this week I've been just catching up on. That's why every time it come on, I watch it because you get to hear what was going on that we didn't get to hear. You know what I'm saying? That Sunday, and it's like every time I pick up a little, a little nook that I was like, "Ooh, okay, I didn't really keep that when it was going on originally." You know what I'm saying? And it's like I feel like pretty much every player made a play. You know what I'm saying? Like I could point at least one thing that everyone did to contribute to that win. You know what I'm saying? That's another real gratifying part about it is how much of a team win it was. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone did something that was huge for that win. You know what I mean? I mean, all the way down to both kickers. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Because Evans had that punt that went out at like the 5. That was like huge. I mean, clearly the field goal kicker with the winner, and then he had hit that one at the half. He hit one going into the half that tied it up. You know what I'm saying? Like Durant had two. I mean, everyone, dude, everyone. Josiah was coming in making plays. Like Des Juan. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nah, it was, and it's crazy because a couple of days ago you were saying how, probably Monday, you said how proud you were of this squad. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, hearing that come from you, you know what I'm saying? That means a lot because you will hate on these niggas. You know what I'm saying? You'll be like, nah, man, Stafford is not the MVP. I'm like, dude, he's the consensus MVP. But nah, they do give you that feeling. It's just it they wins be so gratifying, dude. Like I mean, I guess the turf was like this too, but they brought the city in. Like it's very easy to root for them. Like it's a lot of fans now that you be like, oh, you a Ram fan? You know what I'm saying? And I mean, you can see why they've given you enough. You know what I mean? This will possibly be the third bowl since they've been back. Like I don't know what other fan base has done that in those 10 years. New England? No, maybe Kansas City probably. Kansas
Yeah.
City. But
Philly's been the three.
Oh yeah, right. Them too. But I mean, it's a half. You know what I'm saying? That's three fan bases. That puts you in the upper three fan bases to be able to be like, you know what I mean? My team puts in work. Like I don't know. It's just crazy the full circle that everything has come. You know what I mean? Because I again, I'm sure you feel the same way. But I'm still like seeing Ram fans like that is still kind of like foreign to me. You know what I'm saying? Like how everyone's just like, oh yeah, I root for the Rams. Like because we ended up having to go to Chili's, pulling the curtain back. We had a game on Sunday, so after the game, it was like we basically had 30 minutes to an hour to get to wherever we was gonna go. You know what I'm saying? So we went to this one party, and it was clear we weren't gonna be able to watch the game there. So we was like, we need to go somewhere off the grid where they're just gonna have a TV. So we ended up at this Chili's, you know what I'm saying, which was still packed. We still kind of had to wait to get a table there, but we were able to get a table. All that to say, it was crazy to me, those kids not kids, with those young dudes at Chili's that was hella Ram fans. You know what I'm saying? I was wondering, like, what brought them in like that? You know what I mean? Because it's crazy, because to me, they seem like us in the 90s. Like I feel like that's probably how people were looking at us. Like, who's these 20-year-olds that's like loving the Rams like this? But we wasn't good though. You know what I'm saying? We was doing that for a trash team. Like, they 20 something. The Rams been here for 10 years. So since they were like teenagers, the Rams been good. You know what I'm saying? But it was just crazy to see like two young dudes rooting as hard as us. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember it was at one point when you was like, they turned up. You know what I'm saying? You like, because they were behind me, but you could look right at them. You know what I'm saying? And I turned around, I was like, damn, they feel this just like we feel it. You know what I mean? Like we know why we feel it like this. We've been through you know what I'm saying, 30, 40 years of this shit with them. But for these kids to be fully invested like that, I was like, damn, like, how did that grow? You know what I mean?
Right. And they was all Ram gear. Um, so it was clear that they was looking for somewhere to watch the game too.
Mm,
I've never watched a game. I've never watched a Rams game. Actually, they first couple of games when they moved to St. Louis, I went to a sports bar. And the
mm,
only reason I went there is because that was the only way you could see the game on TV. Like it wasn't coming on our regular channel 11. Like they were showing some other shit, the Niners, the Raiders, whatever.
right.
Um, and so I sat there watching the first St. Louis Rams game. We beat Green Bay in
Mm,
Green Bay, and I just watched it, dude. I'm in this fucking big ass sports bar. They got one little TV showing the Ram game. Ain't nobody else watching the Rams. Ain't no sound. So all that to say, I mean, that was a very different experience than what we did on Sunday. And to see them kids head to toe Ram gear, like 5 or 6 deep. One of them had their girl. She was Ram geared up. And they at first a couple of them moved into the bar area. Like a couple of them went and sat in the bar and left old dude and his girl, and that was the first ones that we started talking to.
mm,
Um, and then eventually, when their table became available, all of them, because we ended up sitting in the spot where their mother Ram fans was. And they
mm.
all moved to the middle of Chili's. And so it was a trip being in Chili's, which really wasn't set up to be no
For
sports
this.
bar. It
Right.
was, 50-50. Like half the people in there was just in there to eat. And the other 50%, whether in the bar area or in the regular restaurant, was there to see the game. And yeah, dude, it just brought a smile to my face every time I looked at them dudes. They was black. I don't know if we mentioned that. That was part of
Another thing,
right, because we was in Manhattan Beach. Like we had left pretty much 2 all black Ram events. Shout out CRG, Cali Ram Group. Y'all threw a hell of an event. Too bad we didn't get to stay and be a part of it.
because it
But
was
yeah,
packed.
right. We had
We
left 2
wanted to stay.
for sure. 2, and we shout out to the Bears, dude. Like we've been kicking y'all ass for a minute now. uh,
Uh,
We probably, I mean, legit. Well, actually, they beat us 2 years ago. I want to say, or last year they beat us in a regular season game.
Mm,
But prior to that, they had came to either the Cali or SoFi like 3 or 4 years in a row. And we always shout out the Black Bear. What's they called? Black Bear
Black
Nation.
Bear Nation.
Black Bear Nation. This just traveling group of Black Chicago Bear fans that do events. Real cool. Be out there cooking shit and like
Right,
skillets.
right,
I remember the first time we saw the Black Bear Nation, we was just like, dude, that's dope as hell.
right. We need something like that because
And
our
we've been,
fandom in the city hadn't taken hold yet.
yeah,
Now it has, and we probably got a Black Bear Nation, something like that. I mean, them two parties, your Cali group
I think
was
we was at it.
right. I'm about to say it was definitely like that. You know what I'm saying?
And they
Again,
just
we just couldn't get a table. That's the only reason we left. Because we was like, hey, we do want to see the game. Like this atmosphere is awesome. And if the Rams weren't playing, you know what I'm saying? This would be perfect. But we got to get to some TVs where we can really get into this shit. You know what I'm
and
saying?
if even if it was like a standing room area where we could have stood and watched the game, we probably would
Right,
have rocked with that. But it
right,
for us to stand, we was always gonna be in somebody's way.
right. The wait staff.
Right. And it's a trip because they doing it again this Sunday, even
Oh,
though SoFi
right.
is open to show the game. Because part of me was like, dude, shit, we back at Chili's. Like, if it ain't broke,
Mm,
don't fix it.
mm. Now, because we
Um,
gonna be leaving from a game.
right.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Same
gonna be that
scenario.
same. It's gonna be
Right.
that same time window. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. But I mean, the chance to watch it at SoFi is just why would you
Right,
pass that up?
right.
Um, so yeah, man, to see all that um in the middle of a Chili's, like just a few, it was a back and forth game. It was some haters, it was some Bear fans, some Eagle fans. Luckily, wasn't no Niner fans. Or no cow. Well, shit. Did we see some Cowboy fans? We saw some Cowboy
We
fans at
did. I don't
the
know if right. I don't know if they ended up in Chili's, but there were definitely Cowboy fans in the streets.
Raider fans. Like, oh, you roaches
Right.
found a way to pop out.
On
Um,
this day.
right, but Chili's was a trip. It
It
was
was
several
cool.
times where it broke out in joy, whatever, angst. And I was just sitting there like, dude, this is cool as fuck. Like, we just sitting at Chili's
Right.
and the whole restaurant is just up and down with this game. I
And
mean,
it was an up and down game too. You know what I'm
right,
saying? That's the thing. It gave
right,
you the ebb and flows that you wanted. I mean, it went to overtime. You know what I'm
right.
saying? That alone tells you that regulation was not enough to decide this. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, nah. It was an emotional roller coaster, man. It's so the onion of that game is so layered. You can peel the onion of that game forever without getting to the core. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I don't even know where to start. Like we just been hitting the ambiance of the game. You know what I'm saying? The ambiance in the game could probably be a whole episode, but it's like I mean, the game itself, you know what I'm saying? And then what it leads to for us, what it means for them. It's just like it was, but I feel like that's how it's supposed to be right now. You know what I'm saying? That Niners Seattle game was like an outlier. Like these games are supposed to be like this. It's supposed to be hella ramifications on the ending. You know what I'm saying? Like people supposed to get fired over this. Like that's what we was talking about at the beginning with how the ebbs and flows of the whole football season. Like as a movie, this is the crescendo part. You know what I'm saying? This is when it comes to when all that music starts to play. Like we at that part of the movie now. You know what I'm saying? So it gotta take you know what I mean? It can't just keep plateauing. It gotta have some of that. You know what I'm saying? And our game gave you all of that, man. And it's crazy because we've been on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Like that Philly game last year. So we've been on the side where you looking at all the things y'all did wrong and all the one plays that could have won it and how we gonna be next year. That was us last year. You know what I'm saying? So it feels a lot better to be on this side because it's crazy because I haven't even been engaging in all the what ifs and have should have because there's so much of that going on about what happened with Chicago and then what that means for us against Seattle. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, dude, none of that matters. You know what I'm saying? It's survive and advance. Each game is its own entity. You know what I'm saying? Because like Chicago was disrespecting us going into this game because of how we played against Carolina. And I'm like, dude, none of that pieces together in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? You get nothing from what you did last game. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? You got to do all of that over at the national anthem of this next game. So, because now Seattle feeling the same way. Now Seattle talking about they gonna blow us. They think they gonna blow us. I'm like, no one's blown us all year. You know what I'm saying? Y'all think that's gonna start now? We've really been owning y'all. We really should have been beat y'all twice. They really feel like they gonna handle us on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, dude, all right. I wasn't I tried my best not to talk shit about the Bear game before that game, and I'm gonna try my best against Seattle too. But I feel better against them than I did against that Bear game. Cause we know them. You know what I'm saying? We don't know the Bears like that. And we gonna know these conditions. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no way it's gonna be snowing like it was in Chicago and Seattle. Whatever weather Seattle can give us, we've seen up there before. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we gonna be more ourselves because we wasn't really, and that's another great part of that win. We wasn't really clearly we was playing in some damn snow, but we couldn't get off how we normally get off that game. You know what I'm saying? And still found a way to win. Nine couldn't dime like he usually. I mean, Devontae caught what 2 passes? Like it was, we overcame. You know what I'm saying? It would have been so many excuses we could have used if we had lost that game. Like it was plenty of reasons for us to say that's why we didn't win. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm so glad we not in that boat. Because I hate that. You know what I'm saying? Because that don't change shit. Because that's what I'll be telling everybody that be talking about Chicago, how Chicago look for next year. Oh, Caleb gonna be a star. They built so perfect, whoop de whoop. And I'm like, dude, it ain't no guarantees. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no guarantees. Cause I'll keep going back to how when we beat Cincinnati. And you was like, they gonna be back, man, because they you could have said they outplayed us in that bowl. They could have felt that way, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, dude, that's not how it worked. You know what I'm saying? Like how it ain't no carryover with these playoffs, it's very limited carryover with these seasons. You got to build all that momentum back again. Y'all don't get to start next season 12 and nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's 0 and 0 again. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta start all that momentum back from scratch. And a lot of times teams can't do it, man. It's not, it just don't happen like that. So I'm happy that we still playing. You know what I'm saying? And we not in that excuses group of, oh man, wait till next year. Like Stafford, you know what I mean? Just talking about what woulda, coulda, shoulda. We still now go
Right.
ahead.
Yeah. I mean, you look at Washington. This time
Uh
last year,
uh
Washington was in our shoes, young
mm,
quarterback, hot coach.
mm,
We
mm.
we just building. Like this the part of the start of a dynasty, and they didn't, because I think Dan Orlovsky or somebody was breaking it down earlier this week. He was like, they felt like they was one player away, like whoever that was, Debo, I don't know, Bobby Wagner. I don't know if he was
Right.
there last year. He might have been. They brought in Von Miller. Like, he was like, but it was obviously a fake. It was an illusion. Like, they wasn't as good. They caught fire in the playoffs. Like, they had a good path. We're going to send y'all to Tampa, which was the best place to go out of the places you could go round one.
Right.
Like, you could come to us, you could go to Philly, or you could go to Tampa. Which one you want to go to, Washington?
Right.
Sent them to Tampa. That was the best spot. They got out of there alive. Went to Detroit, who a lot of us was thinking wasn't as dope. I mean, it was golf. Like, at some level, we just like, all right, man, like, golf
That's
is
still
no golf.
golf. Right.
And then they go to Philly and get blown, and it's just kind of assumed we're going to come back and run it back next year. And, you know,
And look how
even,
that turned. No,
right,
go.
even with your boy playing QB, like, I know he got hurt, but even when he was playing, they wasn't balling.
Right. And it's so when you said Washington, I just shut up. I mean, that's so perfect because Caleb is out that same draft. You know what I'm saying? They run in Washington from last year. Like with us, it's different. We got an older QB. Like our timelines are way different. You know what I'm saying? But them in Washington look very similar. And all the shit you were saying, young QB, hot coach, you know what I'm saying? Up and coming, weak division, all that. Like they the Bears from last year. They QB, you know what I'm saying? At this point last year, you would have took Jaden Daniels over Caleb.
Every time.
You know what I'm saying? And now look,
Right.
literally 1 year later, and you can throw CJ Stroud in that.
Mm.
Because there was a point where he was the quarterback like that. You know what I'm saying?
Over
He was
Bryce.
he was consoling Caleb after one game. It's all right, Caleb. You know what I'm saying? And 2 years later, now look. So it's like all that banking on what's gonna happen. Don't do that. That's not a good thing to get it when you can get it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm glad we got it. Like we got that bowl against Cincinnati, and on this run right here, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Because again, and especially for us, we got an older QB. I mean, everyone else around us is pretty young, but our QB, we can't say, oh, we got, next year, wait till next year, 2, 3 years from now. Like, we got to strike now. You know what I'm saying? And that's another reason I felt confident going into that Chicago game, and I feel confident going into this Seattle game is this is our timeline. Like if anyone's on their timeline, it's us. Like I feel like Seattle's a year ahead of schedule. Chicago for sure. Like I kept saying, like, dude, y'all don't this y'all ain't been.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We've built to this. You know what I'm saying? This is our moment. We went last year and lost. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get that in. You know what I'm saying? This is y'all version now. And we've already went to a bowl and won. Like, this is our lane, yo. You know what I'm saying? If we don't get it, it's because of us, but it's our time. Like, it ain't none of these. Seattle can't say it's our time. Like going into this season, people wasn't looking at them like that. You know what I'm saying? The Bears either. Like, it's not your
Or
time
New
yet.
England or Denver.
Uh, See, I'm just trying to get to the bowl. I'm just trying to get to the bowl, but you're
Right.
right. And especially Denver now
Oh, right.
with no QB. Like, come on. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you're right. Even on the other side, I'm just looking at our side. You know what I'm saying? But you absolutely right. New England either. It's crazy because before the season, Kyle Hurd said Seattle and New England was his teams basically to bet they over.
Mm-hmm.
win record. You know what I'm saying? And they both did it, but that means they both was like people wasn't looking at them like that. You know what I'm saying? They was both under the radar squad. So it's kind of like y'all already accomplished all y'all need to accomplish. Like either anybody else, you lose right now, nobody gonna be mad at y'all season. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like for us, we was talking about the bowl and training camp. You know what I'm saying? That's why we bringing Stafford back. If we ain't trying to win the bowl, we let him go to the Giants or wherever the hell else they was talking about trading the Vikings. You know what I'm saying? We brought him back for a Super Bowl run. So here we are. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
I mean, it's so much because I feel like I don't know exactly when we launched this, or at least me being on this, but it was this week last year. Like it was after we lost to
Mm,
Philly. We
mm,
came on and kind of just wrapped up the Rams season.
wow.
And even at that time, that Philly game last year, and it's a trip because at some point I was looking back through our seasons, just really to see how I wanted to make a point of how dominant we've been in Seattle. And I sent you the stat saying we 2-0 in the playoffs. We've played Seattle twice in the playoffs, both times in Seattle, and we beat them both times. Um,
And I think those may be their only home playoff losses in like the last however long. That's another thing they've been hyping up is how good they are at home in the playoffs. I guess they like 12-2 or some shit. And the only two is to us.
right, right. And you know, we started shit. I think we started 1-4 last year. We was getting blown, and through all that, we was still like, dude, we a good team. And I remember after the Philly game last year, I was mad. I was like, everybody was proud. Like, dude,
Mm.
we went in the snow. Philly blew
One
us
play
before.
away.
Right. And I was just like, nah, man, we let them niggas off the hook. Um, and so I think that's just kind of what translated into this year because I feel like this year our mindset is so we got to win the Super Bowl. Like, and I know you and I shifted at some point right around the time the Niners and Seattle was going to get that prime time Saturday night game for the 1 seed. And I'm sitting there like, dude, this is sickening. Like, we got to watch our two rivals, the two squads we better than, have this primetime stage. And I was like, the only thing that makes up for it is us winning the bowl. Like, if we can't flex a Super Bowl after this,
It
then
was
this
a
is
loss. It's a
this is a
waste.
humiliating ass year. And you know, we get nervous in Ram games. Like, I don't know, like Lennon especially. Like it's a trip because when the Rams played Seattle that Thursday night,
Mm.
I came home because I was coming from a basketball game. I came home right at the start of OT. I walk in, Lennon's sitting there in the living room. She don't even had a game on. Like she's watching something else. And I'm like, Lennon, what are you doing? Like the
About to
game is
go into OT.
OT. And she's like, I'm too nervous. Like I can't watch it. Uh,
Mm.
and
Wow.
and she gets like that. And I mean, I feel like we get nervous, but it's a trip because even though we was low key nervous on Sunday, it didn't show. I felt like both of us, and I felt like we could reflect it in each other. This idea to do we getting through this. Like it don't
You
matter.
have to.
Even even when they hit that Hail Mary touchdown, it was like, all right, that is a gut punch, but somehow we gonna get through this. And I think McVay, I saw some stats saying that McVay has, I mean, I think he's got 3 last play wins in the playoffs.
Mm.
Some he's won more close playoff games than anybody during his time
Mm.
in the league.
Coaching. Right. Wow.
Like
That's crazy.
don't nobody win more close playoff games than him.
Uh,
And
that's a great nugget to have in your corner.
that go back to the first Super Bowl run, with the Saints.
That walk off.
Had took them to OT. Had to do
Mm,
them in OT. I felt like damn
love
near
it.
every game in the run to the bowl we won was
The
close. So
for the love of the game.
right, right. So it was just a
Uh,
trip sitting there knowing, dude, we got the clutch squad. Like they gonna blink first. Like it was just you sat there confident, like, nah, nigga, we gonna just stare. We gonna stare at you, and you gonna blink. And
nah. And it's funny because it's crazy that you brought that stat up, and it's funny that you made that point about the Hail Mary because uh it okay. The game was just on again. Like right before we started recording, the game just ended again. So I was watching it again. And I brought this up when it was happening. When they scored that Hail Mary, do they go for two? You know what I'm saying? And then when they showed it again, the stadium was shaking.
mm,
Soldier Field was going like this. They showed a crowd, they showed a shot of the upper deck. Dude, you know what I'm saying? It was like waves of people. Then they cut to McVay, and McVay had this look in his eye that I had never seen before. You know what I'm saying? His eyes was big, like he was shook. You know what I'm
uh,
saying? McVay was shook. He was on the headset, like, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, yeah, they should have went for two.
mm.
If they had went for two there, we wouldn't have had time to regroup. The crowd was like, you call a play, come up, give Caleb a run pass option. When they cut to McVay, that look on McVay's face, I was like, I've never seen McVay like that. He recovered quick as fuck because they hit. You know what I'm saying? So shortly after that, we had the coin toss again, and it's like, okay, we back. You know what I'm saying? But in that moment, after that pass, they cut to McVay. First, they cut to the crowd, and I was like, I've never seen the upper deck like that. Like the upper deck, I mean, everyone was just like, you know what I'm saying? Then they cut to McVay, and he was like, and I was like, yeah, if they had went for two right there, maybe we could call timeout. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe because it's over. No, it wasn't over. It wasn't overtime yet. So
Now
did we have timeouts?
we did because you actually brought up going for two earlier in the drive. Like they was on like the 40 or 50, and you was like, "Oh, if they score,
They gonna go for two.
do they go for two?" And it was just like when you said it, it just sent chills through my mind because I was like, "Oh, if they do us like that."
That's
But
how Seattle did us.
right, and
And
Seattle
that's
had
what I was right, right. They did. But that's what I was thinking. It was that same feeling of after they score, you don't get enough chance to regret. That's what I felt like happened in that Seattle game. Like it was all happening so fast. We
right.
didn't get a chance to break that momentum and be like, hold up, wait. They was like, two going for two. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And we like, who's on the field? Ah! You know what I mean? And I felt like they had that same scenario. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Especially after how they scored.
Yeah.
How they scored was so. It
Right.
wasn't like they just ran it in where it was like, okay, we knew that was coming. Let's set up.
Right.
How they scored, you know what I'm saying? And then again, watching it again, because when it happened live, it was so unbelievable. Like you couldn't gather your senses. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't even put it all together, but they kicked right away. Like it don't even seem like they thought about going. Like before you know it, they was on the field lined up. So I was like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Because man, that was the moment. That was they. And in runs like this, that's how it is. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a moment. You're not gonna get 4 or 5 moments. You know what I'm saying? And he a Mr. Go for it on fourth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He off that Detroit tree, right?
Right. Nah. Oh yeah. He sure is. Right.
I mean, they coach damn near lost his job doing that. He killed them against Frisco doing that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and the Bears been going for it. They was going for it in this game on both their touchdowns came on fourth. You know what I'm saying? And then now, when it's your chance to move, and that's the thing, nigga, this is do or die. You move on here, you end our season here, and then you choose to go to OT with the better team? Because we was clearly the better team. So the longer you prolong this, we gonna get you. You know what I'm saying? This is your chance right here. Man, I'm so glad he didn't go for that.
Right. Because I was mad that we didn't take timeouts. Like I was saying, as they was approaching, because at one point they ran the ball, and it seemed like, because I think we even said like they trying to milk the clock. Like yeah, they know they got to score, but they trying to do it in a way that's milking the clock. And I was like, we should be taking timeouts, even if they tie it. Let's have enough time to go down and try to get this field goal to send them out.
Right.
But then for it to be less than 20 seconds, because I can see if it's like 50 seconds left, then don't go for two, Chicago. Because either
Right.
way, even if y'all tie it,
Or
y'all
take a lead. We
either way,
still
y'all
got a
gonna have to
minute.
stop us.
Right.
Like even if y'all take this 1 point lead, y'all gonna have to stop us from getting this field goal.
With a minute left.
So, or y'all can take the safe route, tie it, and then stop us from getting this field goal. Like either way, you're gonna have to stop us from getting this field goal. But with 16 seconds left, it's
Right.
like they're not gonna have time. But
Right.
I think when we got the ball back, it was 13 seconds left, and we very quickly came out and kneeled down.
Mm.
And even at Chili's, I was gonna say to you, 13 seconds. That's what Mahomes had that year against Buffalo. And I don't know
Mm.
if Buffalo had taken the lead or if it was a tie game. I think it was probably a tie game. I'm not even sure, but I know Mahomes, they went down the field
Drove. Right.
in
That's
13
right.
seconds. And
That's
then we
right.
come out and don't even try. So and to me, that was shaky. Like that showed that McVay still didn't have his bearings
Mm.
to be like, all right, man, like we love of the game.
Mm.
Who's gonna clear this out?
And that's the thing. We didn't even need that. We would have just needed a field goal.
Right. Well, that's all we needed when we did love of the game
Mm. Mm.
in Tampa. Like that's all. It was tied, and all we needed
Mm.
was the field goal to win.
Right. Right.
Um. So yeah, I mean, given that situation, then yeah, Chicago, y'all got. I mean, we on a standing A count. Like when you got your dude on a standing A count, you don't wait till to the end of the round. You like, I gotta go finish this dude before the bell ring. Cause once
Right.
the bell ring, he get to go sit on his stool for
Right.
two
That 1
minutes.
minute is like an hour. Nah.
He
And
gonna
that's how
come
it
out
was for
minute.
us.
Right,
By the time we was doing the coin flip, we was back.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Our bearings was back. And that's the thing. We was the better team. Like the longer the game went on, we was gonna make more plays than y'all. So y'all chances right here. Like I feel like if y'all felt like y'all were the better team, then that's when you play for overtime.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If you're not the better team and you got a chance to win the game right here, there's no guarantee that you don't ever get a chance to win it in OT. You know what I'm saying? Here, you on the 1 or the 2. Like, you have a chance to win it, and y'all didn't take it. And they never did get a chance to win it in OT. I mean, they got the ball back to score for game, but never a field goal opportunity, or probably not even close to mid. They probably got to midfield.
Right.
So nah, and then Cam Curl makes the pick. You know what I'm saying? Like Puka had blocks
Right.
that you would be like, wow. Like Puka, on some of them big runs that Parkinson had, Puka was blocking. Then it was that one for Whittington.
Yeah.
When it was just like follow Puka. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it was a team win. You know what I'm saying? It was
Right. Nah, they broke down the pick that Cam Curl had.
mm, how do
And
we go
I
ahead.
I haven't been able to break it. They broke it down. There were aspects of it that I still needed to understand because they were talking about a corner that was involved, and I don't think it was the corner on the same side of the play on that sideline because two it was two Bears receivers over there. So we had two defensive players, but there was a corner kind of, I think, in the middle of the field. Because actually, look at that play. Before Caleb lets it go, Cam already commits to, I'm going to beat this dude to the sideline. It was a
Right.
dude going down the middle of the field, wide open. Like, and
Mm,
so they were breaking it down to where they were saying Cam in that corner did something like super savvy. I think it was
D
Rex
Will.
Ryan talking about it.
Mm,
Rex Ryan, because he said it was Ed Reedish. That's what he said about Cam Curl's play. He
mm,
was like, "This is Ed Reedish. Like, this is some shit Ed Reed would have done in
mm.
terms of just reading it." Because
Anticipation.
he made it seem like Cam's decision to, all right, fucking, I'm about to run this dude's route. Because dude number two, whatever DJ, whatever Moore, he
DJ
stopped
Moore.
running.
Right.
They said he gave up on the route because he like,
Right.
damn, dude. I mean, if this dude is taking this away from me, then who's in the middle of the field? Nobody. So why aren't you throwing it there? But Rex Ryan was saying, I think we had a corner in pursuit. I don't know, but he made it seem like this was like a great play, a great read. Like, I mean,
Anticipation. Nah, it's funny because after the game went off, they came back on with the insiders, and on that they interviewed Cam Curl.
mm,
Like he was the person they interviewed from the game, and he was breaking that play down. You know what I'm saying? And he was saying how they had seen some keys in how they run their deep routes, they receivers. So he said that he knew that the other receiver wasn't going deep.
mm,
He said that's why he knew. He said he could tell from the other receiver that he could break on this route because it was no one going to go deep. He was like, I could see Caleb looked like he was about to start throwing, and he said he knew the route that DJ Moore was going to run, and he said he wasn't threatened by anyone else going deep. He said
mm,
that's why he broke on it. He was like, because ain't nobody from the other routes he knew wasn't nobody gonna go behind him.
mm.
And I was like, and then that's that anticipatory shit. And that's studying the, you know what I'm saying? He said he knew the keys on how they run their route, that's what DJ Moore was about to do. And he said he knew from the other side of the field that that receiver wasn't going deep. You know what I'm saying? So he said, I just broke on it. He said it was my op. He called it his op. He said that play was an op, so I just had to make it. I was like, man, hearing how he was talking, I was just like, dude. And it's crazy because they were saying how well coached we are.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? And they were saying that comes from practice. Like our practice habits is what's making our game habits like this. And everything that Cam Curl was saying sounded like some shit you work on in practice. You know what I'm saying? And then they were saying how I think I text you this. We had no penalties, no turnovers, and no drops. You know what I'm saying? In the snow, my nigga. Like that's all McVay.
right.
That's all coaching and preparation. You know what I'm saying? No penalties or fumble or turnovers or drops in the snow. I mean, you can point out not a ton, but plenty of times that they did that.
Yeah.
They had false starts that killed them. They had drops that killed them. And then Caleb threw the pick that killed them. You know what I'm saying? Like all the shit that we did not do, they did. And that was the difference in the 3-point game. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because people always try to be like, oh, if we didn't turn this over, we would have won. Because they Seattle using that same thing. Seattle using that same thing about us playing y'all this upcoming week. Like Darnold turned it over however many times last game, and we still beat y'all. And then in the first game, he turned it over. And y'all only beat us by one. I'm like, dude, what you're talking about is part of the game. You know what I'm saying? Us us not turning it over is like part of how we play.
Right.
Us making y'all turn it over is kind of part of how we play. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be like, oh, if that didn't happen, because we are part of making that happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's crazy because we was talking about this during the Carolina game. How out of character all those penalties we had against them was.
Right.
We had like 7 penalties in that Carolina game, and it was like, dude, that's so out of character for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not something you can expect us to do again against the Bears. And we didn't, and that's why we won. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's part of our play is playing clean. So you can't be like, oh, y'all just beat us because y'all played clean. Because that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? So to be like, oh, if y'all hadn't not turned it over, y'all would have lost. Yes, you're right. You are right. If Matt Stafford had thrown 3 interceptions, we would have lost. But he didn't because that's not what we do. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And Caleb did because that's what y'all do. You know what I'm saying? So the same thing with Seattle. Like, yeah, we're gonna turn Darnold over again. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gonna be using that same thing when y'all watching us play in the Super Bowl. Oh, if y'all hadn't turned us over, y'all would have lost. It's like, yo, those excuses, you know what I'm saying?
Right. And if we don't turn him over a bunch, we gonna sack him a bunch. Like it's
Right,
gonna be one or the other.
right,
Either he gonna hold the ball because he gonna be seeing ghosts,
right. And
and
if that's the case, he's going down and
gonna
he's
get
going
home,
down hard.
right? Or he gonna go on and throw it and not see the ghost, and we gonna get him that way. Like I'm, I was talking to this kid today, who's a Seattle fan, who's a legit Seattle fan. Like he been talking to me about Rams in Seattle. He a senior, so his whole time there, he been talking Rams in Seattle to me.
Mm.
And even after they beat us that game, I was just seriously like, dude, you really feel good about that? Like, you really feel like, yeah, that's
The better team.
y'all can bank on that. And so today, when I was talking to him, I was like, dude, and I could just feel the lack of confidence.
Mm.
I mean, because I'm just so cocksure. I'm like, dude, y'all really? I was like, dude, we dominate y'all. We done dominated y'all 7 out of the 8 quarters. We dominate Sam Darnold. I didn't even bring up the 2 times we went there and beat y'all in the playoffs. I mean, it's just so much that points to us. You know,
Vegas.
he said we dominated the Niners, and I'm like, dude, the Niners been smoking mirrors for a minute now. Like they
And
were
we not the Niners.
right.
What does that have to do with us?
That's exactly what I said. Literally, that was my words. I was like, what that got to do with the Rams?
Yeah. If that's your argument, again, then when these teams come with these arguments that ain't got nothing to do with what's gonna happen on Sunday, I'm like, nah, y'all gonna have to come with some real facts. not we dominated the Niners. The Niners are not coming on Sunday. The
Right.
Niners will be watching this game. You know what I'm saying? So I can't I can't find no real angle for them to honestly feel confident. You know what I'm saying? I mean, clearly they gonna come and show up and play. But the way they fans is talking and people talking about they gonna handle us in their locker room, they can't feel that way. You know what I'm saying? They can't feel like, oh yeah, these niggas, that's who we wanted to come. You know what I'm saying? And then they lost Zach Charbonnet, which they trying to act like ain't a big deal, but it really is. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Because Kenneth Walker is cool. Don't get me wrong. He break runs, he catch passes, he's a complete back. But if we take him away, you ain't got nothing else to go to. That's what the thing about that changeup is. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like with us is having Blake. Is if that main back ain't killing, you got another pick. You know what I'm saying? Now they're gonna be a one trick pony because I remember times we've taken him away from them.
Right.
Like he don't always just kill us. I remember times when we like, oh yeah, we shut him down, and then Charbonnet will come in. He's a different. You know what I'm saying? So nah, man, this is not the time to be missing a piece like that.
Right. And it's almost, I would feel better about their chances if we had actually, I mean, and it's a trip because I was going to say, I would feel better about their chances if we had beat them that last game. Just the
Mm,
whole thing about beating somebody 3 times in a year. And
right,
I mean, obviously, if we had beat them, then this game is at SoFi rather
right,
than in
right.
Seattle. But I mean, you can come into SoFi and win, just like I know we can go into Seattle and win. So I feel like where this game is being played is
Almost irrelevant.
right, right. And that's their biggest advantage. And it's like, that's not an advantage. Like
Right.
Matthew
And
Stafford,
it ain't gonna be more of an advantage than Chicago was.
right,
They're not gonna be as loud and the conditions ain't gonna be as bad. Like that's the thing. We already got tested. Y'all ain't even been tested.
right,
Y'all first game was a y'all first playoff game was a preseason game.
right,
We've been through two grinders.
right,
You know what I'm saying? We still got a haymaker in us. Y'all shot y'all haymaker. And then Darnold ain't proven in close games.
right.
We take y'all into the deep end. Y'all just had a laugher. Y'all ain't even had no experience in no tough game yet. You know what I'm saying?
As quarterback or coach.
Oh, right, right. This, that, right. And we got McVay. You know what I'm saying? McVay or this new dude. That's another point of what we were saying earlier about this ain't y'all time yet. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had a great year. This is a rookie coach. This y'all first year with this QB. Y'all did great, man. Dap up. You know what I'm saying? Have a good draft. Have a good off season, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? But this is our time. Our quarterback is old. He's the MVP. We trying to mint this new Vince Lombardi. You know what I'm saying? We need this. This ain't for y'all yet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we've been in that position last year. You know what I'm saying? Last year, Philly was like, nah, this is ours.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And we fought, you know what I mean? We gave them their best fight. Yeah, nah, man.
Matt
I feel
Stafford had never lost in Seattle till that last game. Like
who
that,
hadn't?
Matt Stafford.
Uh,
Since he's
mm,
been here, he hadn't lost. Like there was one year where he didn't play. That one year after the bowl, where I think Baker Mayfield was our QB when we went in there,
mm.
and that's low key. Like before this last one, I mean we don't lose in Seattle, dude. Like, and it's a trip because I was thinking this earlier today. Like Seattle, I think is the reason. Seattle is the game that we decided we were done with golf in 2020.
Mm, mm.
Like Matt Stafford might not be here because 2020 we went into a game late in the season in Seattle with number one in the division online, and golf played like a bitch. Like it
This one
was
we had Wolford, right?
right. So golf got hurt that game.
Hmm.
He finished the game, but he got hurt. Like he wasn't selling out. Like it was times where he could have dove for the first down and he wouldn't do
Right,
it.
right.
He was throwing terrible interceptions. And so then he gets hurt and we have a choice. And then he gets hurt. And then in the middle of the week, they're like, actually, he can play. And McVay's like, nah, fuck that. We going with Wofford.
Right.
And that was a game against Arizona that we needed to win to get in the playoffs. We win it, get in the playoffs. Then we go to the playoffs at
And play
Seattle.
Seattle. And then we go back to golf.
Right. Wolford gets his neck broke on like the second or third play, and we put golf back in, and then we end up running away from him, beating him like 30-20. I think D Will had a pick six.
Mm.
Um, so and then obviously, we go to win that game, go to Green Bay, lose, and then a week later,
Trade golf.
and so that year is real similar in terms of late regular season loss for the division. We lose that game, so now we got to come back here in the playoffs. And this was with a real unsettled QB situation. Um, so and I guess they still had Russell Wilson. They hadn't moved on. And so we've always said it, like Seattle throughout our history, even going back to St. Louis, there have been so many times where they had the better team, and we find a way to beat them.
They are get right squad.
Right,
Them and AZ.
right. And now that we got the better team, y'all, I mean, it don't work like that. Like y'all, it's no situation where y'all should feel really good playing us.
Right. And
Like
right.
that's established. Just like there's no situation where we feel really good playing the
The
Nines.
Niners.
It's
Right.
like, all right, if we could play anybody else right now, we'll take it.
Right.
We was rooting for them in the Seattle game because it would have been a home game for us, but
The moment they fell down, we was like, cool. Route these niggas. You know what I'm saying? We'll come to y'all. We switched that up real quick.
right, right. Home game ain't that important.
Right. As
No.
opposed to y'all wanting to route them, go ahead.
But nah, man. I mean, what Puka did to them last game, like Puka had damn near 200.
Right. They didn't want to tackle Puka. They secondary was like, I'm not tackling him.
Damn, the Lakers up now.
Yeah, by 9. They was down damn near dub.
Mm. Yeah, I mean that game that Puka and Matt Stafford, that game they had in Seattle, dude, like,
Anything close to that again, we win.
and it ain't even gonna have to be close to that. I mean, hopefully it is, but they're not gonna play as well. Like, I mean, Smith and Jigba didn't have a note. He did have one TD late, but and it's a trip because Forbes, who barely played against Chicago, is back for this game. And my first thought was, damn, I wish he stayed gone.
Right. But he guards dudes like this.
Yeah, he's good on Smith and Jigba.
Right. And the dude from Tampa. Ibuka.
Mm,
He like these
right.
little ass Ohio State receivers I got.
Right. Kenneth Walker had 11 carries for 100 yards, averaged 9 a carry.
In that last game, what did Charbonnet have?
9 for 32.
Mm.
Um, nah, I mean, Kyron didn't run it well. Blake, well, shit, nobody did. Puka averaged 19.
Yards a catch.
Puka had 12 receptions for 225 yards
Damn.
and 2 TDs with a long of 58, averaged 19 yards a catch.
On 12 catches.
Right.
That's not on like 3 or 4.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And
4 catches for 100, okay, cool. You had a good game. This nigga had 12 catches, getting 20 a pop. Damn.
so now y'all ready? Y'all fixed that?
And I mean, it's not just that. Y'all
Right.
can fix that and then Devontae go off. Or
Who
these
didn't even
tight
play that
ends.
game.
Right.
Can y'all fix that though?
Right.
I
If
mean,
they do fix that, it's gonna leave something else open though. That's what I'm saying. You can't just fix that without overcompensating. That you fix that, the tight ends is open. Devontae gonna eat. Like, because that's not it. We just took that because that's what was there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, you said Kyron and Blake didn't get off. Like, no, you can't stop all of this ain't gonna continue to be that way. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be okay. We know we can stop Kyron and Blake. Let's just focus on this. If you do that, then Kyron and Blake will get off. And that's what I was feeling in that Chicago game. And it's crazy because we only scored what 23?
20.
20? But if I felt so confident in our like that first drive, and because we only had like 3 drives, but they was all when you needed them. Like I feel like if it come down to any squad in the league, like I feel more confident in us. Like, okay, you gotta score on this drive. Go. You know what I'm saying? Here's the ball on your 30. Like, it is crazy because we talked about it on that one episode, how the lessons that we learned this year that I felt like was gonna carry over for the playoffs. And it was the 2 backs and the 13 personnel. And I feel like that played so huge in that snow. You know what I'm saying? Blake it wasn't really 50-50 like we had been doing it. Blake didn't do as much, but I feel like that 13 personnel, man, was like, woo. Parkinson had a couple big ones. Higbee had a couple big ones. And then even Ferguson, he didn't have any big ones, but he could have caught the game winner.
Nah, he had a big one.
Oh, did he?
I mean, he had a big third down pickup. It was 3rd and 11. We ended up not scoring on that drive, but it was a 3rd and 11, and Stafford hit him for like 20.
Okay, the one he feathered over a dude.
Yeah.
Okay, because he had the one for game right before the field goal.
Right.
That dude broke up that we thought he had caught. You know what I'm saying? So it's like those two things are still in play right now. The 2 backs and the 13, I felt like really helped us out in that Chicago game because that's the thing. It was one of them snow games where it's like the deep shit, the 11 personnel, this ain't the thing for that. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the day for that. Like them deep routes, because that's what you were saying when you were saying how we was our corners were covering. I was thinking like this wasn't the game to kind of judge that on though, because the footing was terrible. You know what I'm saying? So it was hard to cover and it was hard to run routes. So it's like that. I don't think that's gonna be the same in this Seattle game. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're gonna get to cover better. You know what I'm saying? Not like our coverage was bad, but I just feel like when you're just trying to be able to stand up out there, you know what I'm saying? As opposed to like I'm gonna really lock up. It's like I'm just trying not to fall. So nah. I feel I feel as confident as you can feel going into a champ. I mean, it's a championship game, so both teams are good. It ain't like we playing Tennessee, you know what I'm saying, or whoever, the Jets. Both teams are good, so as confident as you can feel going up against the number one seed, I feel that way. You know what I'm saying? And man, it's Seattle. You know what I'm saying? Going into this year, we was thinking Philly, Green Bay, the Niners, maybe even as the team that you would have to get over to get to the bowl. If you had told us it was going to be Seattle, we would have signed up right there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to be Seattle to get to the Super Bowl. That's y'all last hurdle. That's the. I mean, you would think Philly, Green Bay. You know what I'm saying? Seattle, man.
Nah, I mean, you said it. If not the last episode, maybe probably the first one going into that Carolina game. You was like, it's a pot of gold at the end of this path.
Oh, right,
This
right,
seemed like the path to another path. Like, okay,
right.
now are y'all really ready to treasure hunt?
Right. Now that we made it through this,
Right, because Chicago, like I said, Chicago is a team that we do. You know, they might sneak one out here or there the same way we might sneak one out on the nines. But you leave out that game like knowing, all right, the dynamic really ain't changed here. Like they still got us. Like we
right.
just snuck one out. Chicago, I feel like that against Seattle. I mean, these are two teams that I feel like
We
suit
do.
right. They suit us.
Styles make fights. And these styles are perfect for us. That's the thing. You would think to get to the bowl, you would have to have a fight that's not your style. You would have to win a fight left-handed. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't really had to do that. I mean, Chicago was a tough game, but we wasn't, you know what I mean? Like none of these games yet has given us that feeling you get when we play the Niners.
Right. I mean, and they said, I mean, Carolina was probably they probably had the most shit in their bag that troubles us, even though
Right.
it don't trouble a lot of other teams. It troubles us.
Right.
Um, which is
But
why that game ended up being as close as it was.
right.
But nah.
But still, you never had that feeling. You know what I'm saying? The Niners give us that feeling, and the Eagles have given us that feeling. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, man, we got to beat the bully. You know what I'm saying? It's like they making us fight the bully, y'all. I
Right.
none of these, you know what I mean? We the bully in these fights. You know what I'm saying? We the bully in these fights. It's like we get to be the bully all the way to the bowl and we not the one seed. I'll take it. You know what I'm saying?
On the road every week.
Right. I mean, that's been the only downside is that these games is on the road. Other than that, this is how you would script it. Carolina, Chicago, and Seattle. If you tell me those are three teams, I don't care where we have to play. You know what I'm saying? It's not the Niners, the Eagles, or Green Bay. Come on, man. Again, ain't nothing guaranteed. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? We can go up there and lose. But if you ask me a formula, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't, you know what I mean? I couldn't put one together better than this. I mean, other than them all being at home, but I mean, you know, and it's crazy that you brought up that point where because you got there a week before I did, where it was like, okay, it got to be Super Bowl or bust. But that next week, I got there because I was like, man, we leaving so much meat on the bone for this season. Look where we are now. You know what I'm saying? But then it ended up playing out in our benefit. Like playing that first week, you know what I'm saying, got our juices flowing to be ready for this Chicago game. And then it ends up being Seattle at the end. Like those times don't even seem as bad no more. But I remember that week after we had lost to Seattle, oh man, it was like the world was ending. You know what I'm saying? It was like, dude, nothing that we want is in our control now. Like we just basically lost all control. You know what I'm saying? And now the Niners season's over, the Eagles season's over. It's us in Seattle left. Like it don't even seem like that moment happened. You know what I'm saying? But there was a moment where we were like, dude, we fucked off this whole season. The only thing that can save this season now is the Super Bowl. And when we were saying that, it was like, what are we saying? That's the only thing. And now we 2 games away.
Right. I mean, and we was Super Bowl or bust coming into the season. Like, I mean, I don't know that I'd say or bust, but we was
We
clearly
thought
like
we were on right, right,
we are a Super Bowl worthy team.
right.
Um,
And
even with
anything
all
less than that, we're not going to be happy with. We're
right,
not going to be happy with how last season ended. Because remember, we kept saying we taking a step every year. We've been taking one step forward.
right,
Remember, I was like, okay, we take this next step, then this year should be the NFC Championship game, and that's where we are. You know what I'm
right,
saying? And
right.
that's where we are after we lost to Philly. When you was like, nah, man, we let them off the hook. I was like, we did, but we took a step again because we had lost to Detroit the year before that.
Yeah, in the first game, right.
So, we have been making this incremental jump. And so we figured we was like, we got to at least get here this year or this season's going to be a failure. But then we started off so good that it looked like, nigga, we the 1 seed. And then when we let all that fold, that's when it was like, wait a minute, dude. What are we, you know what I'm saying? We gonna blow this whole season? Man, that just goes back to the ebb and flows of the whole thing, though. All these emotions they took us through to get right back here, to get right back where we was when we started. You know what I'm saying? 4 months ago, we said we gonna be in the NFC Championship game. At the beginning, we believed it. We fell off for a few weeks. Like, okay, now we got to win it all. And now it's back to, okay, yeah, that's right. That's where we at. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And it's a trip because, I've pretty much, outside of this one Seattle kid that I was talking to, I ain't said too much to nobody, but I got this meme that shows like two dudes holding another dude's head, like making him watch something. And one is a Seattle dude, one is the Rams dude, and they holding the Niners dude face, like, nah, dude, you watching this, you gonna look. And
Right.
the caption is like making the Niners watch the NFC Championship game, knowing neither the Rams or the Seahawks
Yeah.
gonna be
Going
playing
to
the
the
Super Bowl on their home field. Um,
oh, mm, on their home field.
right.
I didn't think about that from the Seattle aspect. I was just thinking about it from our aspect. Like we get to really do our redemption tour. But
Right.
even if they go, no matter who shows up from the NFC, they're gonna be high. Because even if it ain't us, it's them who just
Right.
routed them.
Right. Right.
Wow.
And
Yeah, that
so
sucks.
as and that's what made me get to the point where I'm like, dude, the Super Bowl, winning the Super Bowl is the only thing that negates this stage. And I was mad at the stage we gave the Niners and Seattle a couple of weeks ago.
Right. The battle for the 1 seed.
And now look at this stage that we own. And
Uh,
Frisco got to sit there and watch it, knowing one of us is coming to your town to play for the whole thing.
right. We
Uh,
felt bad knowing one of them was gonna get the 1 seed.
right.
You know what I'm saying? that was enough to crush everything we had done all season, that we were going to allow one of these two teams to be the one seed. And at that point, we didn't know where we were going to fall and
Right.
what route that was going to be. That route still had Philly on it. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't end up that way. And now with Frisco, it ain't no way it's not going to end up with one of us there.
Right.
It ain't no way out of this for them. It was a back door for us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we stepped through it. For
And
them,
I want to say I gotta believe that they would rather see Seattle show up, but
I would say that too, except that they just got routed by them. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for that, I would say they definitely would want it to be Seattle. They don't want it to be us. But then if it is Seattle, it's like, damn, they just routed us. That's
right,
going to rip the Band-Aid off that again.
right.
But it ain't going to be them. That option is out. We coming. You know what I'm saying? But nah, we get to go to their house for the bowl. We in their locker room. Oh,
Nah.
that would suck.
Yeah, we going to Frisco whether we got tickets or not, nigga. I'm going.
Mm,
I'm gonna be
mm.
in the city
Nah,
for a couple of days walking around.
because I'm sure it's gonna be some Ram shit out there.
Oh, for sure.
Like that group, the shit they had.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? In Frisco, for the
right,
people that wanted to go there ain't got tickets.
right. No.
Nah, okay. Let me start thinking on that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Please do. Please do.
Yeah, nah. I mean, again, right now I'm just focused on Sunday. That's why when you was like bringing up the AFC side and how they not ready either, I was like, ooh, damn. I haven't even thought about that side yet. But you right, none of them is on their right timeline either. Next year, 2 years from now, is fine for either one of them squads too. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Let us go on and get this one, Penna.
Right. Seattle and Denver, y'all. I mean, New England, Denver, y'all both got young QBs. Don't trip. I'm
Right.
saying plenty
Right.
of time.
Yeah, well, my computer ain't gonna last a whole lot longer, man.
Oh, right, right. Well, yeah, nah, we can end it right here, man. Thanks everybody again for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? All these new Ram fans that are being made. It's a big weekend for all of us. You know what I'm saying? So we'll tune back in. We'll touch back in with y'all next week, hopefully with some more good news. I'm Kareem. This my boy Rod. We out.